guys, it's Cosplay Creator Girl. I'm here today because I received a few early holiday gifts, and I'm going to start out with the review of the Build-A-Bear Child and Pram. So I'll also be doing a review on the Child bag by Danielle Nicole, which is pretty awesome, so you'll have to check that out, but that'll be a separate video later. So first I wanted to start out with the Pram and the Child. I was wanting this version of the Child ever since I saw it in the Build-A-Bear store, because online I wasn't sure if I really liked it, but in person I thought it was so super cute. And my fiance noticed that I really liked it, so he ended up getting it for me for the holidays, and I'm really excited because not only is he just super cute, but he smells like bubble gum. And it's not overpowering. I really probably wouldn't have taken the chance of getting a scented stuffed animal prior to just receiving one, because I would have thought that they would be too smelling like whatever the flavor was. But I really like it. At first I thought, before I knew it was a bubblegum scent, and when I smelled from the front, I thought he just smelled really, really fresh. And then when I smelled him in the back of his head, he really smells like bubblegum. So I like it. It's kind of nice and different. I don't know, it excites me because I wasn't expecting it, I think. But let's get into the other features of this version of the Child. So some of the features I like best about this Baby Yoda is, first and foremost, his robe. It is so soft and really nicely done. It's really soft on the inside, it's soft on the outside. There's a little Velcro patch here to help it keep the correct shape. And there's nice little extra room on these sleeves. You can kind of roll them up if you want to a little bit, or pull them down. I just thought it was really, really well done, and definitely if you're not putting him in other clothing, you want a really nice, cute robe. I almost would keep him in this forever, but I do like the fact that with Build-A-Bear, one of the things that you appreciate is being able to change what they're wearing. So of course I ordered some other things, including a lightsaber. But the one difficulty with, I don't know if this is the same thing with in-store, but the one difficulty with if you shopped online for the Child is that they attach the robe in back in a couple places. So there's one, I don't know if you can really see it on the camera, but there's one attachment and there's another one just like that. So I wrote a message to Build-A-Bear, and I will put their response in below when I receive it, but I just asked them if they have a preferred method for removing the robe, or what the safest method for removing it is. And I also sent a message to another YouTuber to see if she had removed hers, because quite a few people have this Build-A-Bear at this point. So if I don't receive a response, then I'll just be really careful with taking it off. But I was kind of surprised no one else asked this question, and I'm not really sure why they secured it in like that. I think it would stay on just fine without having it secured, but it's alright, we'll figure it out, and I'll let you guys know. The other details I really like about this version of the Child, I like that he has feet, and his one foot says Star Wars on it. I think that was the thing that I was missing from the Mattel version of the Child, because I do like that, you know, when they have those details like feet. I mean, that version is super cute too. Actually, I have it here. But that was like one of the features I was kind of surprised it didn't have. So I like that it has cute little feet and a nice hand that says Build-A-Bear on it, and then you have the option of putting sounds in him. So mine has some sounds. They're like giggling child sounds, which I really love. And I think there's also an option to get the Mandalorian theme song as well in the other hand, or you can get one or the other. But I think it's super cute to have those little features like this because I don't think you would easily, it does take a little press to make this go off. So I don't think that if a child is sleeping with it that they're gonna end up hitting that a lot or it's gonna keep them awake at night. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yes, there is a chance that they could roll over on it and it would make that noise, but I think because of the placement in the hand and not in the body of it, that it's less likely to go off while sleeping, but it's always a risk that you take with any toy that you can't turn on and off the sound. But I think it's worth it. It's a nice feature that you wouldn't be able to get with a lot of other Baby Yodas. I also love the detailing of the face, you know, showing his wrinkles on his forehead and, you know, a sort of expression where he's not really smiling, but he's kind of like, what's going on? I really kind of like his cute little expression. It's not like a really, really happy expression, but the child is kind of curious and always looking into things and not necessarily smiling. So I think it's a fitting expression for the child. And then of course he's got his nice big ears. They don't fold down or anything like that. They stay pretty well up in place. So I also thought that was a good detailing that they did because it would be sad if he had droopy ears. And then underneath, his body is like a dark brown color. So not sure why they did that on him. I don't have too many Build-A-Bears, so maybe there's a reason why they do that on some of them. But definitely, you know, the darker body for kids maybe won't get as dirty if they're playing with it without the robe on or without the different clothing options on. So overall, super impressed with the child, but I know a lot of you have probably seen the child before in the Build-A-Bear version, but what you may not have seen is his Pram. So I saw a lot of people talking online about this Pram, that they wish that it was harder, but that the shape like held better, but to be honest, I'm happy with the shape of it. I think it holds the shape just fine for me. And I think for a child, which is probably the most intended recipient of this item, they're gonna appreciate that it's soft, and if they're like tossing it around, and it can take a little bit of a beating. And also it's not gonna hurt a child if it's tossed around. The only part that's like more firm is the base of it, which is good because it, you know, will sit nicely wherever you're putting it. This child fits great inside it, so he can either lie down in it or be sitting up in it. And the sizing looks perfect to me either way. Also, if you don't have the Build-A-Bear child and you were hoping to use it with a different version, this version of the child sits nicely in it as well. I often have him in it like with his arms sitting on the side. So another great option there. I've seen a lot of DIY videos where people are making their own Prams, and some of them look really nice out of like flower pots and everything, but you know, that's like a lot of work to put into it and to paint it, to have the details. And they got the Build-A-Bear on the back. So I do think that this is a really nice option to have as a little prop for your Baby Yoda, Grogu. But definitely it is a softer exterior, so it doesn't, mine isn't droopy. It doesn't feel flimsy to me. I like the way that it's soft yet holding a shape, and I'm pretty impressed by it. But again, nothing at Build-A-Bear is cheap, so it is pricey, and I think all in for these two items it was $79 plus, you know, depending on what you add to him in terms of scent or sound can change that price as well. But to give it as a gift to someone, especially a really big fan of the show, I think it's a great gift, and I love the pram as an accessory for it. They also have some other accessories like a little bowl and a frog, but the pram is just really a nice way to display your child and of course transport him to wherever he may be going. So overall, I'm very, very pleased with this item. I think that it's a nice addition to my collection, and whether the Build-A-Bear Baby Yoda's in it or one of my other versions, I'm excited to use it. So let me know what you think of the Build-A-Bear Pram or the Build-A-Bear Baby Yoda. Let me know what your favorite version of Baby Yoda is at this point. Actually, I'll give you a side-by-side of these two. So one's a little bit shorter than the other, but they're both a good size. They're both nice and huggable, but it is nice to have the soft head, the soft ears, rather than the vinyl if you're going to be taking a nap with Baby Yoda or something like that. But they both have their own benefits, and of course that one has a really, really cute face as well. So hope you guys have enjoyed this quick review, and be looking forward to more reviews for holiday Baby Yoda items. Thanks. Bye. Happy holidays.